Hello, and welcome to DIY Roll, where there's only one rule: you drink what you roll. So, here we are again, sake in place. Microphone, I believe, is working. I better check it because if I don't check it, yes, it's working. Okay, we are all good this time. Microphone is working, the water is here, the dye is here, the stuff is here, you're here, I'm here, everything is here. So, let's see what we get this week. Whew, on the table, please. It's the problem with this silicone mat, it bounces things. Oh, well, I wasn't worried about it. So, of course, it's a 5. Well, lucky we have a bunch of sake. We will go with the American Nigori sake to start, and we're obviously going to get into the other bottle. Kanpai. One. Two. Well, we know what we're doing. It's the one with the vegetable stand. Oh, that's sad. No, don't put it there. You'll trip over it. When you're taking things down, you will trip over that. So hello to people watching. Check to see if the chat hasn't died. Even though no one ever says anything. Except for that one time when I had the ukulele. Then people were talking. Why am I putting a lid on that? That's only number 3 of 5. Still haven't hit a 6, but we've been close. Right? Last week was a 5 when I re-rolled it. Yeah. Yep. Not as good as that stuff I got from Japan, but it's pretty damn good. That Amaizake, though, as Emily said, it might have been plum rather than sake, but I thought it was supposed to be a sake because that's what we were doing that night. We were doing sake tasting. And 5 again. Okay, technically we had to re-roll, so last week wasn't really a 5. So this is only the first out of the gate high roll. But I'm running a game tonight, so of course it would be 5. Okay, Tokyo Tower is hanging out. Even though that's not where you get them. You get them at Skytree. Actually, that's not true totally. You can get the DIY kits at the convenience stores as well, since Emily did. And the 1-cup sake. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. So, we don't need to roll. We know we already did the roll. This is the kit we're doing today, which is fruit and vegetable shop chewing candy in English on the back. There you go. Korisu. I'm not even going to try and figure out what they might be trying to say. Anyway, so mush them into the molds. Build the fruit stand. Build the fruit stand. I'm pretty sure we had one of these in another Tokyo treat. So the fruit stand does not require any special stuff. Oh, I can smell the fruits coming off those already. Oh yeah, when was this one expired? 2020 May. So not so far off. This one's not so bad. It's not 2 years out of date. Convenient garbage right there. There's the little molds. Pop them apart. And it has a cucumber or some sort of squash maybe. Grapes. Maybe, is that a melon maybe? No, it's got dots on it. It can't be a melon. And the other one's kind of lumpy, maybe pear, but it also has dots on it. Meh. So that will be part 2. Part 1 is the vegetable shop. Okay. So fold it this way. Then fold this. Okay, like so. No. No. Like, yeah. What? Is it like this? No, that's not right. Oh, I get it now. I got it figured out. Maybe kind of, yeah, there you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Are you seeing this? Yes, you are obviously seeing this. Okay. So there's the vegetable stand itself. Vegetable fall over. No, vegetable stand. Wedge everything forward. See how it's got 5 baskets and a little green box that just says fresh on it. 200 yen, 100 yen, 50 yen each for those, 50 yen for that, 100 yen for that, 300. Ooh, that's expensive, whatever it is. It's got one of the lucky cats. It's got a weighing scale and everything. All for these that are made out of these. Okay, here we go. Mush them up a bit, warm them up a bit, without touching them so much with your fingers. Warm them up in the plastic, you see. Make them a little more malleable when they come out, maybe. That's the hope. Just a little more hygienic that way. Less goo on my fingers is what I'm saying. So that's a little bit softened up. Okay, so this seems like it would go in the cucumber one. So they're not vegetable flavors. They're fruity smelling. They're all very fruity smelling. Not vegetably smelling. Okay, well, let's make this for the... Hey, old man, you didn't wear your glasses. Now you can't see what you're doing. Shush, you! Got the leaves for the grapes. Maybe I'll put some leaf on the top of that, if it'll stick in there. And some on the top of that, too. Because we're going for realism here in our candy fruits. So I have pink and yellow to go. Well, pink, I guess, is close to grape flavor. I mean, I suppose you could use green if you're doing the muscat grapes, or green grapes as well. But we don't talk about muscat grape as a flavor you actually would enjoy, because who enjoys that? It's all got that same just weird, I don't know, kind of fruity smell. So we'll go put this in the pear, because I know the Asian pears are, well, actually all pears are kind of yellowish. The Asian pears are really pale yellow, though, if you have not seen them. They're bigger than the pears, the North American pears, and they have a different scent to them, obviously, because they're a different species. They're still technically a pear, but I don't know how that particularly works, because even though I worked at the market for quite a few years, I'm not a real fruit and vegetable connoisseur. I just know some things about them, not everything about them. And when I was working as a cook at a daycare, used to get Asian pears for the kids all the time. They actually liked them better than the North American pears. Maybe because it was just a flavor that they hadn't had a lot of exposure to. I don't know. But they really liked them. So I used to get them every week. Because there's no sense getting something for kids to eat if they're not going to eat it. You see. Okay, let me squish this down. You feel like craftsman here. I'm your host. My name is your host, the Craftman. If you've never seen that, the channel on YouTube is Steady Crafting, the Craftman. Learn some neat stuff, as well as be totally mellowed out. He's just got such a laid-back delivery. I really enjoy his channel. So putting the fruit out. See, it's got a leaf on it. You're all thrilled to see the leaf, right? Balthazar, it must be healthy if it's fruit and vegetables. Sure, we'll go with that. How could it be unhealthy? I mean, it's fruit and vegetable simulated chemicals. Okay, don't fall over. Don't fall over. Good job. Maybe I shouldn't have put the heaviest ones on the top. Get a lot of flash on these. And grapes. I guess we're doing another pass because the stand isn't full. So let's call this a squash. We'll call it a squash this time instead of a cucumber. So it can be yellow because some squashes are yellow. Trust me on this if you've never seen a squash, but I bet you have. Well, at least I know that the chat is actually working. Make sure it hasn't died. Nope, just the one so far. Okay. And then we'll make a pink lump there. And yes, we'll make some green grapes. Like I said, because it isn't actually muscat grape flavor, it's okay to do green. I think we're going to make a psychedelic fruit because I've got all this little flash bits that I pulled off. And I'm also running out of putty, candy, goo, gummy stuff. This much left over. No worries, saw nothing. That's actually not bad. Again, like they're really nice quality molds. If you had kids, you could give them to them for playing with Play-Doh or whatever. Okay, you go down with the other one. Because I know from working at the market, it's all about making a pleasing display to get people to come in. So there's the crazy hippie melon. And then this, maybe it's a sweet potato. I mean, if it's pink like that, it could be a sweet potato. Or, is taro a sweet potato? Or is it something else? I think it's similar to a sweet potato, but it's another vegetable. It's not actually sweet potato. Could be wrong. And we got some more grapes. Put them up here. Tempting fate. Hey, now, nobody wants to buy floor grapes? Okay, there you go. My stand is all set up. All beautiful. Mold. So there you go. Okay, don't fall off. No, 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 no. Up closer so you can see it. The beautiful stand that it only took me like 3 years to figure out how to fold. Okay, so first we will go with the yellow Asian pear. Yellow flavor is sweet, generic fruit. Maybe there's a hint of citrus there. It might be supposed to be lemon flavor. It's not very lemon, probably because of all the sugar they've got in it to appeal to kids. Okay, let's try the green. Some green grapes. Green apple, maybe? Maybe apple. It's not grape, definitely. Maybe melon. But I think it might be apple. Does it? Yes, it does say. Well, darn it. So the yellow one is supposed to be lemon, the green one is supposed to be apple, and the pink one is supposed to be grape. So I guess I get these grapes then, with nice leaves on the top even. Yeah, there's a little bit of grape flavor, not much. Like if you really didn't like fruit flavors a lot, you'd be okay because it's more just candy flavor than anything else. But those are not bad. As I say, I'm pretty sure we had these in another Tokyo Treat box. That's obviously where these are all from. But yeah, it's actually not bad. A little more in depth, not just dip the candy into the syrup. At least it was mold them into the shapes, make the little thing. But there's a lot of dip it in the stuff ones left to go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more weeks before we're out. So, looks like we might be having 20 shows altogether, unless I get some more. Or can figure out something else to do. No, definitely not. I just thought, well, I could do Gundam buildings with sake. No, 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 no. Because I can barely do it with those tiny parts sometimes without any alcohol. And I don't want to wreck the models because I enjoy doing them. Okay, so big giant potato lump. Maybe it's Kirby. They're selling Kirby. That's kind of ironic. Grapey. Not super grapey though. Like you have to look for the grape flavor. It doesn't just hit you with, oh, I'm grape flavor. It's like, are you grape flavor? Yeah, maybe. So, and then this is the last of the lemon. It's so mild. So mild. We just did the August box, and one of the Dagashi in it was lemon. And they were not fooling around. I will tell you that right now. You'll see that coming out in the near future. I've got a couple other things that are going on. I've got one video that has to be done by the end of the week that is taking precedence. Green! Squash or cucumber, but it's going to be green apple flavor. Like you wouldn't really notice because of all the time involved in making the stand and putting the stuff in and molding the candies and putting them all out. I mean, you don't have to put them out. You could just eat them. But what was the point of the DIY if you're not going to actually do it? But you spend all that time doing it and you don't notice how little actual candy you're eating. So really, even though it's just a load of sugar and chemicals, it's not that unhealthy because there's not that much of it. No, Balthazar, there is nothing wrong with candy flavor. It's just, you know, especially from Japan, you expect a little bit more because some of their flavors in their snacks are so on point. Like so much better than we have here in the West. We've said many times on the unboxing videos how Japan seems to just nail flavors. Like you take a bite and you know what it is because it tastes exactly like the thing they're trying to. Whereas over here, a lot of times it's like, okay, these are just kind of salty and tangy. Oh, these are supposed to be salt and vinegar. Okay, well, these are salty and tangy. Well, those are all dressed. It's like, last one. Take that, Kirby. So there we go. 5 shots. 8 candy. 3 flavors. Whole bunch of numbers. And what else is going on? Not much. Sadly. I mean, there's some stuff in the works, but I don't want to tell you about it in case it just doesn't happen. And then people are like, hey, what about that thing you said? And, you know, because that has happened before. Things just, stuff happens, right? So, what else is going on with me? I think Did I tell you last week that I restrung the ukulele, or maybe not? I ordered with a low G. I think I did tell you. I think I did tell you this story. I think I did. It's still it's a soprano, so everything's a little higher, and these new strings are really resonating in the mids, which is not the greatest. It's a little bit mellower sound, I guess, but it's also punching in the mids, at least to my ear, and that's kind of annoying. And it's not as full as the 8-string. I'm really spoiled on the 8-string tenor, but you know, got to keep in practice with the soprano because the frets are closer together, and if you get too much out of practice, you know what I mean? You're used to this, and then you got to do this, and so you got to keep playing all your instruments. You can't just play one, then put away for 10 years, and then expect to walk back to it and still be as good at it as you were. Not that I was any good at it ever, but so yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, sadly, for today. So next week, I think I will post on social media if this is the case, but I think I'm going to move the show to 7 instead of 8, so I can get other things a little earlier after the show is over. Will depend. I have to talk to some people. If we don't need to move things up, then I won't, and I'll leave it at 8. But either way, I will post and let everybody know for starting at 7 instead of 8. And do let me know, you few people who watch, if 7 instead of 8 is going to be a problem for you watching it live. So, as usual, that is it for DIY Roll, where there's only one rule: you drink what you roll.